Hey everybody, it's Flamecalvin here, and welcome back to more Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we took care of a great big bulk of the Cipher lab here in the desert, along with obtaining the ID card used to proceed. In this episode, we're going to be finishing off the Cipher lab by rescuing Professor Crane and taking out whoever is in our way. So without further ado, let's go through here where we first came and use the ID card to check out what is beyond this elevator. Of course, also, like you guys know, this is my team, Jolteon, Baltoy, and Nuzleaf. And for right now on the bench, for backup, Teddiursa, Houndour, and Mareep. Now, if you going into these final few battles here in the Cipher Lab, I could recommend you purify all Pokemon that need to be purified, and I can also recommend not, because you might encounter some good Shadow Pokemon. So let's come on up here and look what we have. You understand, don't you? It's wrong to turn ordinary Pokemon into Shadow Pokemon against their will. ... Looks like we have Red Incarnated right here. Please, won't you help us stop the Shadow Pokemon plan? Join us and help us save Pokemon. Professor Crane, I understand what you're trying to say, but I can't help you. Whoa! Aren't you that kid I saw at the Pokemon HQ lab that time? Calvin? Is it really you, Calvin? Are you trying to tell me that you came here by your lonesome to rescue Professor Crane? And we didn't have a bad time. It's too bad I'm still a member of Cipher. I can't very well let you folks go now, can I? As for you, you snagged my Teddiursa from me from that time. I'll give you this. You've got guts to come here alone, but I'll fix you good so you'll never get out again. And here we fight who was the spy of Cipher Peon Naps. This time he actually has a pretty good array of Pokemon. Starting out with Murkrow, a Dark Flying type, and Rhyhorn, a Rock and Ground type. Now, I am not counting Naps as a boss, so leave in the comments if you would like me to mention the movesets of Naps Pokemon in this match, just to be on the safe side. You know, tell me if you really do want to know, because I could probably look him up, but since I do not really count him as a boss, as a main boss, you know, with boss music and everything, he is a Cipher Peon, I don't have movesets for him planned out. Now, I just have the major bosses that I'm going to tell you movesets. But I will tell you that he starts out with two very good Pokemon though, Murkrow and Rhyhorn. Don't use electric type moves on the Murkrow. Or if he has Rhyhorn out, don't use electric type moves in general. Because that Rhyhorn has Lightning Rod. So whatever, I'm trying to think what I can do here. Whatever electric type move you use, it will get drawn into Rhyhorn, making it null and void. It won't affect it at all. Ground types are immune to the electric type attacks. So let's see if we can try and take this Rhyhorn out with a bite and a side beam. I was thinking about using Rock Tomb on Murkrow, but I'm thinking I'm gonna want to go ahead and, you know, maybe try and, yeah, that's why I was also thinking of switching out. And you're gonna pursue Jolteon. Don't mind that much, not super effective. Let's side beam Rhyhorn and get it out of here. His Pokemon definitely look big and bad, but if you take care of them the right way though, you will definitely have an easier time with them. Just plan accordingly. As we almost get a level for both of them. As next up is his Slackoth, a normal type. I will tell you now, Slackoth's ability is Truant. Truant is a very interesting ability. If you happen to have any Pokemon with Protect, go ahead and throw them out there. I don't think you can, but the thing is that Slackoth can attack this turn, and on his even number of turns being out in battle, it cannot attack. So, you know, you can do what you want with the Slackoth. It can be a good or bad thing to leave it out in the field. It does have some decent attack power, but it'll probably just try to scratch. That's all I've seen this thing usually do is scratch. I don't have their movesets memorized. And last up is Beldum, Steel Psychic type. Only really weaknesses are against fire and ground, just like how Slackoth is only really weak to fighting types. And And yeah, there it goes with a scratch attack. It's gonna do some decent damage. And so that Beldum can only use one move, and it's takedown. So I'm a little nervous about it. I think I'm gonna Mud Slap. Not sure. I think that's a safe bet because Slackoff can't do nothing this time. And sorry if I was a little quiet there. I started hearing like a whistling noise. I wasn't sure if something was outside or not. Can't really go check that right now, but I'm sure everything's gonna be fine. And of course, Mud Slap's weak base power though. And Slackoff is looking around it. Takedown, did 12 damage, and it probably is going to knock itself out. Thank you, Beldum. Yeah, that's the thing though. Beldum will always do damage to herself at the end of each turn with takedown, so it didn't have much hit points left. And we should be able to finish off the Slackoff with just Mud Slap. And I know Thundershot will knock it out, so it doesn't matter. We could have clicked Self-Destruct and it wouldn't have mattered. And there we go. Cipher Peon Naps. Pretty easy taken down though. Like I said though, you just have to plan accordingly. Here's you're good, punk. You and a jerk. Professor Crane, you folks don't have the foggiest notion about how big and scary Cipher is. It's not smart to resist. You can go on about the poor abused Pokemon and all, but you should think about your own selves. That's my advice. And there goes Naps. Calvin, did you really come in by yourself? That's amazing. But it's dangerous here. We better get out right away. My worst fears turn out to be true about Cipher. They weren't wiped out. This is just one of their bases. But the details can wait. Things could get complicated if they return. Let's get out of here quick. And Crane joined the party. So before you leave though, grab this. It's a Leaf Stone. I'm sure you guys know what's going to happen with this Leaf Stone. Oh, isn't that right, Nuzleaf? But not yet though. I don't plan on evolving Nuzleaf quite yet. There's still one move that we need to get before we evolve our Nuzleaf into Shiftry. But just in case you are going to use the C-Dot evolution, the C-Dot line that is, in that box where there's a little Leaf Stone, I recommend you pick it up. If not, still pick it up and probably sell it. So before we go too far though, let's use some items. Let's see, let's use these potions here on our Pokemon. Don't really think I'm going to worry about those 2 hit points on Jolteon. But everything else though ought to be pretty good. So I believe, let's shift up these 2 right here. Jolteon and Nuzleaf up front. And let's try and get out of here. After all, we have Professor Crane in our hands. So, the next thing to do is just to get back to the HQ lab. Makes you kind of wonder where Lovrina is. Oh, hey you! You sneak Crane out? Lovrina, this child here, he's the intruder. Speak of the devil, and there she shall appear. You get to meet Lovrina face to face. Oh, wait! I so have not heard about anyone leaving anywhere. Professor Crane is so going to be very busy, oh so very busy, so please be a nice boy and don't disturb us. We're going back to the HQ lab. Stand aside, please. Going back? Seriously? You are so joking. Jeez, why do I do that? What's my voice? Okay. This so happens to be where you work from now on. After all, we so need you to keep working on your studies. You so are the key to our plan. XD001, the ultimate shadow Pokemon that can never be purified? Stop that nonsense. Do you seriously think I would help you do something that horrible? Stomp. Oh, that Naps. He so must have made a boo-boo again. I so have to punish him lots. I love just how her dialogue is. It's so... She could be a... Well, never mind. I'm about to say she could be a cheerleader, but no offense to the cheerleaders out there. That's just a stereotype. No boy, maybe you can convince Professor Crane. You should tell him to study our XD001. You see, our plan is to make Shadow Pokemon that can never ever be purified. XD001 is only our first prototype. So when we work out the problems, we can make combat units with XD series Pokemon. Wouldn't that just be peachy? But we so need the Professor's cooperation for our plan. So please, sweetie, can you please ask him nicely to help? No, we will not. Oh, how nasty, you silly boy. You still won't help me with XD001 either? Oh, you'll be sorry now, but you will still understand. A little hurt is so persuasive. This is Cipher Admin Lovrina. She starts out the match with Ludisk, level 20, ability Swift Swim with the attacks Water Gun, Tackle, Attract, and Charm. And Beautifly, level 19, Bug Flying type with the ability Swarm. Moves are Gust, Thief, Absorb, and Attract. Yes, just about all of our Pokemon have Attract. Well, actually, these are the only two that have Attract. Yeah, these are the only two that have Attract. So you're not going to really be immune from it since one's female, one's male. You'll just have to maybe stick it out or keep exchanging out your Pokemon. Ludisk, though, is also the highest level Pokemon. If you happen to have Mareep, or you evolve your Eevee into Jolteon, that would definitely be your ideal Pokemon to start out with. Both of her Pokemon, Ludisk and Beautifly, are both weak to electric type attacks. So starting out with an electric type would be the best way to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and fake out that little Lovrina. Another critical hit with fake out. Nuzleaf. I think I should nickname you something like critical or whatnot. That's crazy. I'm not complaining though. But now with Beautifly gone, next up is Roselia, Grass Poison type, natural cure for the ability. Mega Drain, Pin Missile, Poison Sting, and Leech Seed. This thing can get back hit points for Mega Drain while doing damage, set up a Leech Seed on you, poison you. So Roselia can be a bit nasty though. I'm gonna go ahead and keep Jolteon in, and let's maybe secret power that Roselia. I'm not too scared of the Poison Sting. It's like 15 base. 22.5 with Stab. So, and Stab is of course same type attack bonus, just in case we didn't know that. And Ludisk goes down. And Nuzleaf goes to level 21. And not too shabby. A little bit more until we evolve it though. I'm not going to spoil when. You guys just have to keep watching and stay tuned. And her last Pokemon is none other than a Shadow Pokemon, Shadow Delcatty. Shadow Delcatty is a normal type, level 18, with Cute Charm for the ability. Basically meaning that if you attack the thing physically, and ooh, we got paralysis. What is up with the hats in you, Nuzleaf? I'm happy about it, don't get me wrong. And oh, I totally forgot about that. Thankfully they only hit twice. Pin Missile is a bug type move, and Nuzleaf is like 4 times effective, 4 times weak to bug. Ew. But Delcatty will have Shadow Rush and Shadow Wave. So not too bad though. So let's see what we can do here. Gotta make sure we don't knock it out. Let's bite and let's get, well actually let's bite Roselia, maybe get some para-flinching, and let's secret power the Delcatty. Really don't want you to score a critical hit now, Nuzleaf. And critical hit! I love it! Jolteon, Nuzleaf, you guys are owning right now. All the critical hits and you get a level. I didn't even get para-flinch, I got critical hits. It's like Oprah's handing out critical hits to everybody. And here's Shadow Rush. Ugh. 29 damage, that's heavy. Let's keep her power and hope we paralyze it. Not quite. Alright, let's... I feel lucky. I feel lucky today. Not even the Great Ball, just a Pokeball. Or a Snag Ball. Let's see. 1. No. Not quite. As it goes to Shadow Rush. Oh, Jolteon, no. Don't want to see Jolteon fall. Secret Power does a pretty good bit right there. And there we go, we got the paralysis. Now, just to be on the safe side, I don't want to get a critical hit. I'm going to switch to Mareep. This is why I was saying, if you want to purify all your Pokemon to have their full potential and level up for this battle, before you fight Naps, go ahead. But, if you don't want to, and you want to have a few Shadow Pokemon in reserve, when catching it, switch out one of your Pokemon for a Shadow Pokemon. Their Shadow moves will get cut in half against that Shadow Pokemon. Remember, Shadow Pokemon moves are not very effective against... Okay, let me try again. Shadow Pokemon moves are not very effective against Shadow Pokemon, and we just caught the Shadow Delcatty. What on earth? How can you be so strong? And we get $2,100 for winning. 2,100 Pokédollars. And Shadow Delcat gets into the PC. Oh, I so hate to say this, little boy, I can't beat you right now. Master Graville will so be cross with me, but that's okay. I'll let you owe me this one time, but you have to promise you will think about my plan next time. If you see XD001, I'm sure you will so want to help me. I'll still be waiting for you. Thank you. Lovrina? Thank you, this part is done. I can stop for the time being in my preppy, loving, pink girl voice. I'm sure you guys maybe enjoyed it, to my expense. Calvin, you have grown tough, haven't you? In fact, I'm amazed at how much stronger you've grown in this short a time. I guess we'll be relying on you even more from now on, Calvin. Now that we know Cipher is back, we need to move quickly. We have to come up with ways of stopping them. This time, let's really head back to the HQ lab. But before then, though... Ooh, shiny! And you find a data ROM. Here, may I see that? We just got it! Alright, Crane, fine, here you go. This may be something important. We'll take it back and analyze it. Okay then. And with that, let's head on back down here. And scene change! Thanks to you, Calvin, I was able to return safe and sound. Sincerely, thank you. His name is Thank You? Though it was a horrible ordeal, I learned a few things when I was in that desert lab. First and foremost, Cipher hasn't disappeared. The fact that they're still around is alarming. Worse, they are making more Shadow Pokemon again. And worst of all, they are trying to create the ultimate Shadow Pokemon, one that is impossible to purify. Cipher must be plotting world domination using Shadow Pokemon as their weapons again, to counter Cipher's new Shadow Pokemon conspiracy. I love how the doors open, it's so high-tech. Director, Lily, we did it! The Purify Chamber is finally completed! Oh my! Oh, what fantastic timing! It finally finished! Lily, thank you. Thank you for pulling everyone together so capably in my absence. Okay, let's not waste any time. Let's all go have a look at the Purify Chamber. Let's play. That's what I do best. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say let's play. That's just what I see when I see let's. And take a quick walk over here. And, oh, we're gonna go heal my Pokemon. Take a good look, Calvin. This is the Purify Chamber. Calvin, your father and I designed it 5 years ago when we were motivated by the Shadow Incident. If evildoers were to create Shadow Pokemon again, we wanted to be able to save them ourselves. Calvin, your father believed that passionately. To honor your father's wish, I put together our Pokemon HQ lab. Calvin, if your father were here, I'm sure that he would be delighted. While I was gone, everyone seems to have rallied around Lily and made things happen. Okay, Calvin, we'll have you lead the way. The glorious history of the Purified Chamber will begin with you. But first, if you would be so kind as to briefly explain how the Purified Chamber works. I love how Blissey's is back there, like minding his or her own business. Certainly. Okay, Calvin, listen closely. Hey, listen! Oh God. Just wait until I do an LP possibly on that game one day. The Purified Chamber is a facility in which Shadow Pokemon undergo purification through the contact with regular Pokemon. Purification is conducted on what we call a set. This is where a Shadow Pokemon comes into contact with regular Pokemon. In the center of a set, one Shadow Pokemon is placed. Up to 4 regular Pokemon can be placed around the Shadow Pokemon. We have 9 of those sets here. That means we can efficiently purify up to 9 Shadow Pokemon at the same time. There is one thing you need to be careful about. Purification won't proceed if you place only a single Pokemon on a set. Purification can only happen if there is at least 1 regular Pokemon on a set with a Shadow Pokemon. The number of regular Pokemon placed with a Shadow Pokemon and their compatibility are key points. First, the number of regular Pokemon. The more regular Pokemon you place with a Shadow Pokemon, the quicker purification is. Next, the compatibility of Pokemon. Compatibility, so much talkity. Compatibility depends on the types of the Pokemon involved and the directions they face. By adjusting these factors, you'll likely see differences in purification speeds. If you need details, I'll be happy to explain later, but right now, I'd like you to check the sets out. The Purified Chamber status is on standby. System status is good to go. Step onto the circular plate. A holographic image of the Pokemon involved in purification will appear. Well, it would if there were actually some Pokemon on the sets. When you're checking the hologram, you can zoom the 2 individual sets. At any selected set, you can configure things as you see fit. A control panel will appear for you to pick the Pokemon you want to place on the selected set, position them, and so on. If you bring some Pokemon, Calvin, you can place them on the sets. Don't worry, you'll figure it out when you actually try it. We'll also be around to provide advice if needed. First, check the hologram, please. Can I heal my Pokemon? Okay. Hopefully, maybe I can try to explain some of this better than what I was probably able to read. So let's go ahead and finish up with the healing. No! Okay. Let's step on here. Step on here. This is the Purified Chamber. You see you have sets 1 through 9 right here. You have Tempo, Purify. Let's click on 1. Let's click on set 1. And you'll see the options of Edit, Switch, and Cancel. Now let's click Edit. And basically right here you can also have access to your box. So what we are going to do now is we're going to start setting some Pokemon here. This is probably when we're going to be saying goodbye to some of our other Pokemon, except for the ones we already have purified. So let's go ahead and get Lady Ball. No. Set it right here. And let's get a second one. Let's get Poochyena. Alright. Now let's go back to set 1. And let's take a look at our regular Pokemon. We got Teddiursa. Houndour needs to be purified though. We'll be doing that pretty soon, maybe at the start of the next episode. So, oh, you have an X attack. Oh well. And let's put Teddiursa. And what am I doing? There we go. Let's put Teddiursa right here. And yeah. So the more Pokemon that you get, the more Pokemon you can basically start purifying. So with that, we're going to leave it right there. And later on in the series, when I start having more Pokemon, I'll maybe have an episode, small episode, just to kind of show off the Purified Chamber. But right there, though, we will kind of go into further detail about it later. So let's go ahead and get out of here. How would you find the Purified Chamber? Using this system, it's possible to purify many Shadow Pokemon at the same time. Oh, and also, you can access the Purified Chamber from any PC. Be sure to try that feature. Now, the issue is how Shadow Pokemon should be recovered from Cipher. It looks as if you'll have to get busy, some more with the snag machine, Calvin. Can I leave? Not yet. Oh, speaking of Cipher, Lily, have you made any progress with that data ROM we brought back from Cipher's lab? Oh yes, I've asked Dayton to analyze the contents of that data ROM. It should be ready soon. Calvin, can you go upstairs and ask Dayton how he's doing? Dayton is the man in the room next to the director's office. Remember? He was compiling the basic data. Big Brother's tired, so Jovi will go. Oh, Jovi, it's okay. This is for work. And she goes. Ha! Seeing Jovi and her boundless energy makes me realize I'm back home. Anyway, I wonder what's on that data ROM. Oh, Joey, there's no stopping you. She's not even here. Please come, go ask Dayton how he's doing in the office upstairs. So let's do that. Yeah, I was about to end off the episode, but you know, we're not even at 30 minutes yet, so I think I'll finish up what we can do here real quick and maybe end with a purification. And yeah. Oh, isn't Dayton the man who's always fooling around with his computer here? This is strange. Joey wonders where he went. Alright, so let's just... What? Okay. Head back out here. Back down here we go. So when you go over there to find Dayton and he's not there, you need to come back out here. When you're out here, you want to take a right, and there he is. The man known as Dayton. Or Dayton. Wow, I'm sorry, Professor, I couldn't decipher it. Huh? Oh, it's you, Calvin. You scared me half to death. That data ROM is heavily protected like a bank vault. It would take a seriously telling the guy to break through and get out the contents. A seriously telling the guy, you say? Wow, Professor, I'm terribly sorry. Haha, it can't be helped. And if it's a seriously telling the guy we need, well, I think I may have a solution. Who would that person be? Calvin, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but can you deliver the data ROM to Anobes in Pyrite Town? Dayton, hand the data ROM to Calvin, please. Pyrite Town, Pirate Town. I always call it Pyrite, just because that's just looks how it sounds. Anobes is known as a TV network, but they're much more than that. The people that they have founded Anobes was actually instrumental in breaking Cipher's conspiracy 5 years ago. Please deliver that data ROM to Net at Anobes. He's the right-hand man to Sec, Anobes' leader. I'm confident that he will be able to get at the contents of that data ROM. And we get another location on our map for Pyrite Town. But before we go to Pyrite Town, I believe we should take care of a little thing. If I can get to it, there we go. A Gate Village. We happen to have a little Pokemon, Houndour, that needs to be purified. So I guess while we're finishing things off, how is everyone doing today? Or I guess when I'm recording this tonight. You know, haven't really, had an upload schedule. I know some people tell me, oh, and for people who have actually been leaving me some good comments, thank you guys very, very much. It's very appreciated to hear the kind words. Houndour opened the door to his heart. Houndour regained the move Faint Attack. Houndour regained the move Charm. Hit 1925, so from level 17 we ought to go one level at least. And yeah. But yeah, so while we're finishing this off, I don't plan on going to Pyrite Town quite yet. Just remember to, leave me more kind words of encouragement, this is part 10, so we're actually in double digits. Find that pretty cool, we're already in the double digits. I think my first video was like the 12th or something, the 12th of September. So I don't think I need to heal. I don't need to heal, what am I doing? I don't have to heal. But yeah. So while I'm also here, let's get my Reap. Put him here. That's gonna bug me, that opens hole. And yeah, right now, actually, let's put some Pokemon on our thing that needs to be purified. Walking around with Pokemon is always a good thing. We'll do this. There we go. And instead of Delcatty, let's use Nimble, just because he also has an item I want to get. So yeah. So with that said, I think we're going to just about head things out here, or, cut things off here. About half an hour, so that's not bad. Not nearly as long as the last part, but not nearly as short as like 16 minutes or so. Where am I going? Alright. But remember to like me on Facebook. Leave me comments, subscribe to me, subscribe to me on here. Wouldn't be so bad. You can get updates, if I ever have to put something off, you guys will know instantly. So, as we break the fourth wall here, he stares into your soul. got a lot done in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and tune in next time as we head out to Pirate Town. See you all next time.